All right, Briterion is back. Biatches. Um,
Yeah, boy.
um, I'm your host Kevin. I'm here with Chris.
Was
um, how you doing, Chris?
I'm doing all right. Can't say no complaints.
We're gonna do a movie one soon, right?
Yes.
Movie podcast, which you'll see what that is. But right now, we're gonna do like a little Briterion medley, if you will. Little sports, little music. Um, in the sporting world, we're keeping our eye on the NBA. How are you liking the NBA right now, Chris?
Uh, I'm loving it. Yeah, Celtics are doing well. Lakers got trashed by them the other day. Warriors are coming back. They're getting strong. Pretty good. Pretty good. I don't know who's gonna take the championship this year. It's gonna be tough with the Cavaliers and all these young upstarts. Bucks might deliver. We'll see.
Yeah, you're a big Celtics guy, right? You think they have a good chance to repeat?
And then they've had some trouble with the Cavaliers. I don't know. We'll see. Everybody wants to knock off the best, and they are the best. So
Right. Um, I know Chris Broussard, who knows NBA as good as anyone. He was saying this is probably the team with the best chance to go back to back since the Durant Warriors. Um, and I guess just their depth, you know. I think that's what gives them the opportunity to do that. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Playoffs. Playoffs are a cruel mistress.
yes,
You think you're on top and you're in the gutter a second later. So we'll see how that goes. Um, Speaking of Celtics, the kind of current controversy, quote unquote, is what's his name? Tatum. He did some interview where he was like kind of passively aggressively saying, "I deserve to be the face of the NBA" or whatever. Like, cause yeah, I don't know. It was a weird interview. It just sounded weird. It was like he was saying like, "What more do you want?" Like he was trying to be on The Bachelor or some shit. He's like, I check off everything. He's like, I check off all the boxes. What more do you want? He's like, I won. He's like, I won the championship. I've won. Has he won MVP? I mean, I don't think he
I
has,
don't think
right?
he's done that yet.
Yeah, too much Joker blocking him. Yeah, but he's like, I won championship, do this many points per game. I've won the gold medal, which he didn't even do much in that, but he's still taking credit for it. Uh, he's like, what more do you want? Like, what more box can I check or whatever, And it was just kind of weird. I mean, in the in the sports stuff I've seen lately, they've been saying he just doesn't have the personality. Like he's kind of more of a Tim Duncan, kind of more subdued.
Yep.
Great player, but he doesn't have that star quality that Kobe, Michael, Magic, even Larry, I think, had more star quality than him. Uh, and that's saying something. But yeah, he just doesn't have that. He's just kind of more subdued, more Tim Duncan-y. Rob Parker, also from Fox, made a good point where he was like, you see good-looking people and you're like, oh, why aren't they actors or whatever? Or like, why aren't they doing the news instead of this ugly ass guy, ugly ass girl, whatever. And that just shows you it's not just about looks. Like it's the whole package. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's not just it's not just how you play. It's not just what you win. It's like your personality plays into that too. And then it's like everyone has something, but they're missing the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Like people want Anthony Edwards, not the guy from ER, the guy from Minnesota. Anthony Edwards to be like the face of the NBA, but he hasn't won yet. He definitely has like the charisma, I guess, but then he hasn't won and he doesn't want it either. That's what he said. Like I don't want all that. He's like I guess in the interview that he did, he's like I'm the kind of guy I just want to go kill you and then leave or something.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, that's what he said. Like I just want to hoop and leave. I don't like, but I think I guess it's because he doesn't want people prying into his private life too much. You know what I'm saying? But but that kind of goes back to Charles Barkley and stuff like that. Like in the '90s, these guys weren't saints, but they were role models. I mean, Charles Barkley had a big thing. I think we talked about it before, where in the commercial he was saying, "I'm not a role model." That's literally what he said, but he was still an idol. He was still a hero to kids. That's why he was in Space Jam. You know what I mean? He wouldn't have been in that had he not, been a hero to kids and a role model. Even though he denied it. I mean, these guys weren't saints, but they still were like, hey, like, if you want, like, I don't get why these guys are shying away from that, because it's only killing their sport. It's only hindering the money they could be making, the money their sport they could be making. Like getting the sport bigger and bigger. Like they're trying to make the sport, big all over the world, and they've done a good job in Europe and Asia. And I think, they're kind of starting, like you see NBA is kind of getting popular in Mexico now, somewhat, like just in general, I guess just globalization. And, NFL has been kind of popular in Mexico too, whereas it wasn't before. NBA, even when, Jordan was big, it wasn't that big of a sport in Mexico. Same thing with football, NFL, but, the past maybe like 5 to 10 years has gotten bigger. And that's just the whole thing. Like, that's what these major sports are trying to do. Like if they can break India and China and Russia, that's what they'd want. They'd want all those nations have 1 billion people in each of those countries. If they can break in either one of those, that's all they care about. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it doesn't matter where the hell you're from. Like, you want to have stars who can, make the game even bigger, as big as possible. So I don't get why all these guys are shying away from that. And then the guys who do want it don't fit it. You know what I'm saying? like Tatum doesn't fit it. Even though he's I wouldn't say he's a face of the NBA. But NBA is still entertaining right now. We'll see what happens in the playoffs, right? I think Lakers will make a splash, even though LeBron's injured. We'll see. I'm liking the Warriors right now. They're on a good run. They keep winning with Jimmy Buckets and his Big Face coffee brand that he has.
They're going to be tough to beat in the West.
Yeah. So that'll make for some good series. Like we've gone through this whole season. It's like, thank God it's almost over and the fucking playoffs can start, because it's just dragging on and on. But next month that'll start, and then we'll have the 10-month postseason. It's like basketball, like the season just drags on and on and on. Hilarious movie.
Eliminate half the teams halfway through the season to make it more exciting.
Yeah.
Utah can take a break, and Sacramento can go away, and New Orleans. Let's get rid of those teams. Let's get the big teams all together. 41 games for the other teams. 82 for the big names.
Yeah, Charlotte can go away, because
yes, please.
I don't want to see any more Ball brothers.
They need to be redesigned and revamped and probably moved to another city.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just not. I don't know.
So that's the sports front of Briterion. For the second half of this, we're going to talk music, and it's Women's History Month. I did a little music piece with my friend Frank the other day. Now I want to pick Chris's brain, literally zombie style, just picking at his brain. Yeah, I just want to pick his brain because, Chris has been around the block. He's been to a lot of shows. He's seen and heard a lot of music in his life and times. Who's the best, or what are some of the best female artists you've seen live? Let's go there. Go through your archives. You know what I'm saying? We talked about it. You saw Angie Stone. That was great.
She was amazing. She was awesome. She'd be up there. Cranberries would definitely be up there. Harriet Wheeler. Courtney Love put on a pretty crazy show.
When did you see Courtney?
I think it was at Venus de Milo in Boston.
Right.
Yeah, it was a while ago. Back in
90s?
the 90s, yeah. Yep.
We're talking first album or second album? Celebrity Skin or...
I think it was after the first one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Doll Parts era?
Yes.
Okay. So
we showed her parts.
Okay.
More than we wanted to see, I think. But
Okay, well,
great show.
we all know what happened when she went to some random Burger King. You can Google that,
Oh my gosh.
people. Like in '04, she went to some Burger King and some guy got a free shake, free vanilla shake.
Oh gosh.
Okay, okay. When did you see Bjork? I've seen Bjork too, but you probably saw her earlier,
It
right?
was like '90s too, same era
Awesome.
around there. Yeah.
You saw her in her prime, right?
Yes, yes, she was
Um,
amazing.
I saw her in 2017, FYF. I think that was the last year they did it too, because they were gonna do it in 2018, and I was planning on going because Janet was gonna be there. Actually, she was gonna be the headliner, which was like pretty cool because they usually have like indie and stuff like that. So it was cool having Janet there, and then all of a sudden, like the founder got Me Too'd or something, so then they canceled it, and we've never seen FYF ever again after that. But I did get to see Janet in Vegas, which you could have went to, but you weren't there. But she put on a great show. Janet just has mad hits, bro.
Yes.
You can go on for days, nights listening to her music. You know, 80s, 90s, 2000s. Janet's the shit. Yeah, I saw Bjork at FYF, and that was the first and only time I've seen her, honestly, because she didn't tour for a long time. Like throughout the early 2000s, like kind of when I started going to shows, like she wasn't touring at all. Like maybe she would do something in LA, but it was like I wasn't available whenever. And then she finally did a festival, and she kind of was somewhat of a headliner that year, so she got a long set, and yeah, she was great. She did a
Like
lot of her classics.
kind of a Kate Bush thing. She doesn't want to travel or.
No, I mean I think just at that time it was like she was kind of keeping a low profile. I think she was at Coachella '07 or something, but I didn't go that year. I didn't start going to Coachella until 2010. So I went every year, 2010 to 2017. I went to every Coachella, um, and saw some greats there. Who else did you see back in the day?
Lisa Loeb. I don't know.
She was cool. Stay. Yeah, she was cute with the glasses, eyeglasses. Speaking of which, so we went to Cruel World a couple years ago,
Hmm.
and it was indeed a cruel world because there was some lightning or something, and that caused me. So they had to in the middle of Human League set, they shut it down, and they were like, "There's nothing we could do. I'm sorry, it's dark."
That's
And then we're like, "What?"
ridiculous.
We're like, "What's going on?"
It was
And the lights just started blinking, and we're like, "Okay, what's going on?" And they were like, "Everyone, please evacuate the vicinity," or whatever. And then we're like, "What the fuck?"
right in the middle of Human League. How could they do that?
Yeah, in the middle of Human League, and we're like, "Okay, are they gonna keep going?" But everyone was just kind of kicking us out. It was weird. It was a festival, and then all of a sudden it turned into the mist. Like everyone, like all these guys, well, all these cops were like kicking us out, and it was like, "What the fuck?" And it was like, "What about Susie?" So Susie Sue was the headliner. And because of that, I didn't get to see Susie. I never had seen her before, and I still have never seen her. And that was like the one fucking chance I could have seen her, locally, relatively, and they cut it off for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, she hasn't toured. She toured in San Diego like in '04, and she never toured that whole fucking time. That whole 20 years or whatever, she never toured at all. Almost 20 years, yeah. And then now she finally starts touring a little bit and does the Cruel World, have the tickets set, and then this bullshit happens.
You should send your T-shirt back
Yeah, I know, shit, right? That's all the shirt there.
that you've got.
Yeah, I'm
That was
pissed.
ridiculous. We sat in
Yes.
the parking lot for 2 hours, 2.5 hours, because
Yeah.
no one was there to let us out of the Rose Bowl golf cart, whatever the hell we were parked in.
Yeah, it was fucking horrible.
Yeah.
But we did eat at Roscoe's on the way up. That was good, right?
Yep.
Um, Roscoe's, if you're ever around a Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, I'm sure most of you know it's great if you're from LA or Southern California, but a lot of people uh, sleep on Roscoe's. But we went. Um, you were surprisingly not the only white guy there when we went. There was kind of a lot of white guys there.
Yeah, I think I was kind of in the majority there. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah. So I
There's a
guess
lot of
because of
white
the
guys
Cruel
there.
World, I could see the servers were like, "What the hell is going on here? Like these white boys."
Cruel World Invasion, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, it was just a bunch of guys look like Moby were eating.
Michael Stipe was
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yes.
It was good times. Try to hit a Roscoe's whenever you can. Okay, who else did you see? What was your first? You saw a lot in the '80s. You were a menace in the '80s.
A lot of Lollapaloozas. I think Susie did Lollapalooza,
Yeah,
if I
she
remember
did
right.
with
Yeah, I
Ice
saw
Cube.
her. She was amazing. Got to see her.
Lucky, didn't
Uh,
she? I mean, you were at 101. Was there any chicks on that bill, or was it all dudes?
which one?
One, Depeche Mode. You were there, right?
No, it was OMD, Wire,
No girls.
Dolby, Pesh. Didn't they should have had somebody
Yeah, they should have.
represent?
That would have been good.
Should have brought Sinead or someone in there. No, it was too mainstream.
Berlin could have been there.
That'd be good. Yeah, she puts on a great show.
Yeah, we
She's
saw
always
her.
amazing. I've
Control
seen her
World.
twice.
Yeah, she still looks good.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh boy. Whew, it's getting hot here.
that's just the heater that we have on. Who else did you see? Did you see Sinead back in the day?
Never got to see her.
I got to see
That
her.
would have been great.
You're a big fan, though, right?
Yeah, I
Um,
love her.
Sundays, where'd you see them? Boston?
Good question. Yeah, I think it was in Boston. Might have been like Rhode Island or some one of those weird
Oh,
amphitheaters
England.
somewhere.
Providence Amphitheater.
Yeah, maybe.
Who else did you peep? I know you see Amy Mann quite a bit, right?
Oh yeah, she's amazing. Lovely ballads,
Yep.
very insightful, poetic.
She's gonna be at Cruel World, right?
Yes, until Tuesday.
Reunification
Yeah.
of her
Oh,
band.
and I mean, Alanis Morissette's going to be there too. Not Alanis Morissette. Sorry. Moyer, Alison
Oh, yeah, there
Moyer.
you go.
That would be different.
Allison, Garbage, Shirley.
Yeah, that's a good
Have you
lineup.
seen Shirley before?
Yeah, I have. She's awesome. I saw her with No Doubt.
Oh, so
Good
early
double
2000s.
bill.
That was like '04 or something.
As you, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kicked ass.
That's like she had like the shaved head at that time, right? When you saw her? She had like a buzzed head, right?
Yeah, and people weren't giving her props though because they were all we're waiting for No Doubt. What the hell is this shit? You know, like
That's a travesty.
yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible.
You will get your garbage and you will eat your garbage. Okay?
Recognize game.
You'll swallow your garbage. um, yeah, that's tragic. Yeah, I'm a big Shirley Manson fan.
Mm-hmm.
It's all over but the crying. Love that song. Romeo and Juliet. I would die for you. Songs of shit. Who else did you peep? 80s. Go-Go's?
Never saw
Yeah,
them.
Bengals?
Cruel World again. Yep. 52s. I've seen them a bunch. Can't I always
Yeah.
put on an amazing show. Those girls can. I mean, they really sing. Yeah, I never knew that they did all the sound effects for those songs. I thought that was
Like Rock
electronic.
Lobster or whatever.
Yeah, the whole
All the weird ass sounds.
That's them, and they're amazing.
Right.
Still rocking it. I don't know if they're ever gonna retire. They keep saying they're gonna
I
retire.
know. That's good.
But,
Keep prolonging it. I saw them too. Saw them at Beach Goth, but after it was Beach Goth. It was Growler 6 is what they called it. So that was at the weird ass Long Beach like Navy base or whatever that they had over there. Yeah, saw them there. That was pretty cool. I've seen a lot of women in my life and times perform. I've seen Robin a couple times. I mean, she did a pretty intimate show at Belly Up. That was
Wow.
like 2011, I think. It was like early 2011. That show was the shit. And she came out and she was dressed in a Batman Robin suit, and she did. I mean, I love her.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, I love especially her self-titled album is great. But then that whole run that she had, Body Talk, parts 1 through 3, that was great, and that was during that time. I saw Courtney. She actually opened for Lana Del Rey when I saw her one time. It was at that godforsaken stadium in Chula Vista,
Oh, boy.
amphitheater in Chula Vista. Coors Amphitheater, which became Sleep Train, which became this damn amphitheater. Horrible, but yeah, it was cool seeing them on the same bill. I saw Lana even before that. I saw her first time at Coachella. I saw Lord there. I've seen all these great chicks there. LaRue, Little Boots. I mean, 2010 Coachella was great. That was a really good lineup, and I saw LaRue and Little Boots there.
Nice.
Lord came out a bit later. That was like 2015, 2016, 2014, maybe 2014. Yeah, 2014. That was her first album. Even that like melodrama more. I like her second album even more. Um, who else did you peep back in the day?
The 10,000 Maniacs. They were great.
Natalie, right?
Natalie, yeah. Should have stayed with the Maniacs, I think. I don't know. They were doing great work, and then,
But then she had a good solo career.
yeah, it's different. It's
Wonder,
different.
come on, Tiger Lily.
Tiger Lily's solid. Yeah, true.
And then the Maniacs just kind of fell off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
She was the
sad.
best Maniac. They should have covered Maniac. That would have been cool. Like, she's a maniac. But like in their style.
Folksy.
Yeah, in their style.
He's a maniac.
That would be kind of cool.
Maniac.
And her voice, her willowy voice. Um, yeah, if we think of more great shows we've seen, we'll do another short episode. This has been a Briterion medley. Thank you, Chris, for joining me.
Thank you.
Have a nice day. Bye.
You too.